3.2 homework number 8 says you and your friend play an arcade game. You score 5 points for every 9 points that your friend scores. You score 320 points less than your friend. How many points do you each score? So I think what's catching us up on this one is that we don't have a tape diagram already in place for us. And so we just need to go ahead and draw that out. So we know that the ratio of your points to your friend's points is 5 to 9, because we see that here. So again, for every 5 points you score, your friend scores 9. So I'm going to write Y for you and F for friend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a tape diagram. So you get 5 points. So I'll split that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for every 5, your friend gets 9. So I'm going to try to split this up pretty evenly. All right, so I can see I have 5 pieces to my tape diagram here and 9 pieces here. Now here's the part we really need to make sure we're paying attention to. What we can see is that your friend scores you score 320 points less than your friend. So this lines up right here, if you can see my cursor. And so what this means is this area right here represents 320 points, right? Because you're equal up to here, but then you score 320 points less than your friend, so that means they have 320 points more than you. Now let's take that information and we're going to take 320, and to see how much each piece is worth, we're going to see how many pieces go with the 320. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 320 divided by 4. And in my head, I can do this because 32 divided by 4 is 8. Add my 0. So that means every single piece is worth 80, right? So this is 80. The rest of these are 80. And that means these are also worth 80, okay? So it asks, how many points do we each score? Well, to solve how many points you score, you have 80 times, and then however many pieces to this tape diagram there are, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, we know we counted correctly because our ratio is 5 to 9. Again, I can do this in my head because 8 times 5 is 40, add my 0. So you scored 400 points. Your friend, on the other hand, has 9 pieces, we know, and we know that each piece is worth 80. Again, I can do this in my head. 9 times 8, 72. Add my 0. Oops, that just always seems to happen at the end of my videos. So your friend scores 720 points. Now let's think about this. First, we know that we did our ratio correctly based on our work, but then, of course, we want to do what we can to double check. You scored 320 points less than your friend. Well, if you scored 400, right, and your friend scores 720, let's double check to make sure there's a difference of 320. And there is. So make sure you take that extra step to double check. You scored 400, your friend scored 720.